Hello, good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Enjoying the conference? Yeah, enjoying the weather? Pretty good weather. There's actually a massive storm in London this whole week, so it's pretty good that I'm here. So yeah, thanks for having me. So Google's been pretty present in a few Web3 conferences in the last year or so, and there's kind of a mix of awareness of that in the crowds, right? And I've even noticed that only today and yesterday when talking to people. And you can kind of sum it up by like 3 different kind of personas for how people react to Google being at a conference like this, right? The first is, oh, hey, good to see you again. Yeah, we saw you at another conference recently, and we've been playing around with some of your products, and yeah, it's really great to have you. Persona B, I did not know Google Cloud was involved in Web3. That's interesting. And then Persona 3, who's here? Google's here. What are they doing here? Get them out. So it's a bit of a mix, and I appreciate that. And I guess what we're trying to do is talk to everyone, especially those who are less aware of why we're here and what we're trying to do, and explain Google Cloud's position on Web3, how we're trying to help, the products that we're building, what our strategy is, that sort of thing. My name is Sam Weeks. I am, a Web3 technical lead in EMEA. I've been at Google Cloud for about 5 years. And I need the clicker to change the slide. Cool. Okay, so I wanted to start with the Google Cloud mission statement for Web3, right? Good place to start. And it goes like this. Google Cloud wants to become a great option for developers and companies building Web3 products and services, okay? And by great, we mean enabling the best in terms of non-functional requirements, basically, to talk tech language. So that would be make things as fast as possible, as performant as possible, make things as reliable as possible, make things as secure as possible. By developers, primarily, we mean you guys. We mean the Web3 natives, the actual Web3 ecosystem, okay? We will go and talk with enterprises, of course, but in terms of product strategy and what we're building it for the Web3 native ecosystem primarily. And for the Web3 products, here actually we're pretty unopinionated and intend to stay quite unopinionated, provided something is ethical and legal. We're pretty much happy with you building it on top of Google Cloud, and we actually want to stay as out of the sort of opinion of what Web3 should or shouldn't be as we can, and just be a platform for others to innovate on top of, okay? I'll explain that more as we go through some of the slides. So, yeah, we've been doing stuff, if you like, for a good number of years now, but some of this has been kind of organized, and some of it's been fairly disorganized through community-led work, if you like. It kind of goes back to about early 2020, where the first big piece of work we did was when we joined the Hedera Governing Council. And there's been some other pieces of work done. We worked on the CBDC initiative with MIT. We had a partnership with Block One. We worked with Dapper Labs. But all of these were basically done by interested Googlers acting outside of their brief, okay? Like, we had no team, we had no structure. It was just people wanted to get involved and participate. And so it was good to see that we were able to still do these things without any kind of like formal team. And people got aware of all this work that was going on, and in the end, around the end of 2021, the CEO of Google Cloud, Thomas Kurian, decided to build an actual team, an actual product team, and that got announced in January 2022, and we now have a Web3 product and engineering team, okay? So it's been going for a while. That's actively building Web3 products and services. There are 2 that we have announced. Only 6 months after announcing the team, we announced our first 2 products, one of which is called Blockchain Node Engine, and one of which is called Blockchain Analytics. I'll talk more about both of those in a minute. We're an active engineering team, actively building products that are focused for Web3 use cases. After the announcement of those 2 products, we were then able to form sort of more strategic, more commercial relationships with some of the bigger players in this space, like Solana, Aptos, Coinbase, Polygon. The Coinbase piece of work got a lot of press, actually, because it was one of the things in there was it enables anyone to pay for their Google Cloud bill with crypto by going through Coinbase as an intermediary. And we're trying to be as active as we can, actually, like on the ground, in the conferences. I'm here today, clearly, and we've been, going around many of the conferences. See, we had quite a big presence at Token 2049, and then top right, that was earlier this last month, CV Summit in Zug, Switzerland, and that's actually me looking a little bit nervous, sitting next to Jordi Baylina, the co-founder of Polygon, on a panel. Don't quite know how I ended up there, but whatever. And then the bottom right, it was only a couple of weeks ago, that was a ETH London hackathon event, which we were the main sponsor for. So yeah, we are trying to get around, we're trying to say hello to everyone, we're trying to work out where we can fit, where we can work with people. And I also have a short video, which hopefully will play, which highlights some of the more recent work as well.
Aptos is a layer 1 blockchain. It's been designed with evolution in mind. It allows you to support all the use cases of Web3 to build applications seamlessly.
Flow blockchain is a layer 1 decentralized blockchain that is optimized for seamless consumer experiences as well as environmentally friendly experiences.
Solana was designed for high-performance use cases that require efficiency, low latency, low cost. And 140 billion transactions later, Solana is accomplishing this day in and day out.
Near is a layer 1 and a developer platform that enables extremely simple, secure, and scalable mass adoption of Web3.
Blockchain data is very complex. A lot of potential users out there, they're really looking for someone to partner with to help integrate their vision.
Developers are really a core part of the Flow ecosystem. The real magic happens when developers are able to build their vision for different communities by capturing the zeitgeist of the moment and meeting consumers where they are.
With things like BigQuery, developers in the ecosystem feel very confident.
Google Cloud is providing all of this middleware that is reading the data from blockchain, putting it into really easily configured ways, and then providing interface for people around the world to access this, fast and performant.
An area where I see a big wave of adoption coming is in gaming. They are seeking experiences that are not only fun, but also bringing new modes of play to their users.
As those experiences continue to improve, you need infrastructure and a one-stop solution. Google Cloud can provide that.
It's great to partner with Google Cloud for near ecosystem, as it gives us a reliable partner to grow to 1 billion users and beyond.
What we're excited about at Aptos is to help bridge these different platforms, connecting the people together.
High-polished tools and safe interfaces mean that more people can create innovative experiences.
I think we're just getting started with Google Cloud. Everything from running an execution node on Flow to bringing more women and minorities into the Web3 ecosystem is very important to both of us. I'm very excited about the future of it.
Okay, so you get the idea. We're here, we're building stuff, we're partnering with people, we're looking to help. Thank you for having us, I guess. Hopefully this will advance, not play again. Yes, good. And probably the best way that we can directly help you right now, and I think one of the biggest ways that we can actually give back to the ecosystem is with our Google for Startups program for Web3. If there's one thing you do during my talk, is scan that QR code, okay? I'm gonna also put it up again at the end, but give it a scan. This is a pretty generous startups program. The headline is $200,000 in credits to spend on Google Cloud on anything you like. And that's 100 grand for your first year, right? Completely free. And then the second year, it is up to 100 grand as a percentage of your cloud spend, right? Not only that, we've partnered with many, many other foundations and layer ones to give you access to their grants and their benefits once you sign up to ours, right? So one place to sign up, get eligible, and not only do you get access to our 200 grand, you also get access to loads of other great stuff from our partners. So it's an absolutely amazing deal. These are all the partners that we're working with, right? So sign up to ours, get onto here. All of these will also give you benefits as soon as you sign up to ours. You've got nothing to lose. I was chatting with Human only like 20 minutes ago, and they said it took them about half an hour to sign up. And not only did they get loads of credits from us, they got loads of credits from Alchemy and other people. So honestly, sign up. If that's the one thing you do, definitely sign up. Okay, so what's Google actually doing then? What are we actually building? I mentioned those two products, Blockchain Node Engine and Blockchain Analytics. let's have a little look at those. And in general, I think it's important to say that we plan to stay kind of down the bottom part of the stack, okay? I don't think it's likely that Google's going to come out with some big opinionated service like some kind of UX service or some kind of wallet or anything like that. We're going to stay much, much lower down the stack. I don't think really it's right for Google Cloud to be super opinionated about what Web3 should and shouldn't be, actually. And also, staying down the stack actually plays a lot to our strengths, right? Google spins up like over 1 billion containers every day. We know how to do globally scaled, reliable infrastructure very, very well. We also know how to do large-scale data ingestion and gaining insights from data very, very well. And we think that's the best thing that we can bring to the community. So, yeah, no one likes managing their own servers. Everyone knows that. For good or for bad, people now mostly run their servers on some kind of infrastructure platform, right? No one's running their website on a laptop under their desk anymore. It just doesn't happen. And the case is even harder with blockchain nodes, obviously. Like, the hardware requirements are much, much higher. Starting point, maybe a terabyte SSD for disk, starting point, maybe a gigabit up to in terms of network bandwidth. And it's just not accessible for everyone. And I think that kind of goes against some of the principles of Web3, to be honest, and by us creating some kind of managed service to help access to blockchain nodes, I think is a really good thing that we can do. So the first product we have went GA earlier this year. It's called Blockchain Node Engine. This supports Ethereum and Polygon, and soon we'll have Solana, and there is a roadmap for other chains that we're going to support. So this is fully managed in the sense that we're going to provision it for you. We're going to do all the syncing. We're going to do all the patching, all the upgrades, all that sort of stuff for you. But it's still your node. It's single tenant node. So we're not splitting it. You're not sharing it with any other user. We're not limiting your access to the RPC endpoint. You get full access to the RPC endpoint. You get full access to the node. It's completely yours. Just that you get to take advantage of, Google's network, Google's, DDoS layer on top, and Google's SRE team, who are in every single region, who are going to keep it running for you 24/7. The next product we have is called Blockchain Analytics. This is in preview, and the story of this one is quite interesting. As I said at the start, we've had some kind of community-led efforts that have taken us to where we are now. And for those of you who don't know, for a long time, there has been some publicly accessible blockchain data sets within our data warehouse called BigQuery. So if you go to BigQuery, you can find many, many different blockchain data sets. They're there for you to use. They're actually some of our most popular public data sets that are in BigQuery. So that's great. But the problem with that is because it's community run and it's free, there's no SLA around it, right? There's no commitment on what our refresh rate to that data is going to be. There's no commitment on uptime. There's no SLA, and it's not appropriate for someone else to build their product that's a production-ready product that's serving end users on top of something that doesn't have an SLA, right? It's just not appropriate. So the first thing we've done is we've taken that and we've productized it. We've tidied up the data ingestion pipelines. We've made them faster. We've made them more reliable, and we've added an SLA around the product. So that's a great start to start with. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to give you some more access points to that data. So rather than only having an access point into BigQuery, which maybe has a lead time of like a couple of seconds, we want to give you some faster access points. So maybe you get a Cloud SQL access, which is much, much quicker than a second. Or maybe even we go as far as giving you real-time access via our messaging layer, which is called PubSub. So rather than having a table, rather than having to write a SQL query, you just subscribe to a message topic, and you just retrieve all of the information. And then directionally, this is sort of the vision of the product, is that once we've got those kind of foundational points in place, we want to see how we can extend and augment the data in helpful ways. So rather than just getting a big transaction table with like all the hashes and it's fairly obtuse as to what's actually going on, we'll go and do some sort of first stage analysis for you on that data. So we'll be like, okay, this transaction is for a smart contract. We'll go and get the ABI for that smart contract. We'll go and tell you what all the functions were within that smart contract. We'll tell you about the parameters, all this sort of stuff. So we'll do a lot of the legwork for you in terms of like unlocking the business value that's behind that data without you having to write any queries. So that's what we're really excited about with this product. That's all, this is still in preview, and some of those things I said are sort of roadmap and directional. But that's at least where we think we're going to take things. I'm just going to finish by mentioning Google Cloud's environmental credentials. I think blockchain is still very associated with environmental challenges, and I think that's getting a lot better now we're moving away from proof of work, but I still think actually some of those claims are still valid. And I think the last thing, and probably the best thing actually, that Google Cloud can bring to the Web3 community is the fact that anything you run on Google Cloud is 100% carbon neutral, right? It's as simple as that. From 2007, we achieved this with offsetting, so we'd plant some trees. Since 2017, so 6 years ago, we did this without even planting trees, right? We made our own solar farms and stuff, and we, on a global and an annual basis, we create equal to or more green energy than the total energy that any of our data centers use. So if you want to spin up a blockchain node, or you want to access any of our blockchain data, or even you want to just search YouTube or search Google search, you know that you're not creating any CO2 damage because the compute required to serve your request has been powered by green energy. And that's something I'm actually personally very proud of, probably one of the reasons I still work here, to be honest. The difference, if you're interested, between 2017 and 2030 is that 2017 is measured on a global annual basis, and by 2030, we want to change that to be a local hourly basis, meaning at between 3 in the morning and 4 in the morning in the Madrid data center, we will put equal to or more green energy onto the grid that's serving the Madrid data center than the energy that it's consuming. So obviously that's a very difficult challenge. It becomes a very, very localized challenge, and you have to rely on very complex things when the sun isn't shining and all these sorts of things. But yeah, move things to Google Cloud and you'll sleep well in terms of your CO2 debt to the world. Okay, that's all I have. I'm just going to bring up this again. Remember, 200K of credits plus many other benefits. If you sign up, the sign-up process is pretty easy. Please go and sign up, scan the QR code, and that's it. Thank you very much. I'll be around all tomorrow as well. Thank you.